In this video, guys, let's talk about overtrading, why we overtrade, and ways we can combat it. Stay tuned. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. So biggest killer, bar none, of accounts is got to be overtrading, because that is the precursor for things like going on tilt, all those other things that end up wiping out your account. So what are the reasons we overtrade? The first thing is if you are a gambler. So you're not really interested in trading, you're interested in the thrill of making money. And there's going to be people like that who come into the markets all the time under the guise of trading, and in reality, they've got just as much chance of making money in a slot machine as they have in the markets. They've probably got more chance of doing that. So if you're in that category, not much you can do about it. It's inevitable that a gambler is going to lose because they just enjoy the thrill of gambling. So put those to one side, because I guess that's a smaller minority, and I don't think anybody probably watching this channel, watching this video, is in that category. The other thing is you have no strategy. So overtrading, you can beat yourself up about overtrading. Say, I shouldn't be overtrading, or overtrading, and this and that and the other. But at the end of the day, guys, if you've got no strategy, you've got no benchmark to say from overtrading or not. A scalper who's trading every minute, may well be trading within the parameters of his plan. Against a swing trader who trades once a week, if they start trading once a minute, then they're overtrading, but the scalper's not overtrading. So if you don't have a strategy, then you can't really say you're overtrading. You can't point the finger at yourself and say I'm overtrading, because you haven't got it, you don't know what it is. So make sure you have a defined strategy. And I've done videos specifically on how to define your strategy, how to develop it, how to improve it, and that kind of thing. So look at that one. The third thing, a common thing, guys, is that you're bored. Okay, you're like, okay, I'm waiting for this specific strategy. Maybe I'm waiting for a bull flag trade. Maybe I'm waiting for a double bottom, double top, whatever it may be. But ultimately, you don't get it. And you think, you know what, that looks like it's going up, I'll just take the trade. And you trade it out of boredom. You think you've got a bit of edge there, and it's not. It's not part of your strategy, it's not part of your plan. It's not a trade that if you took it long term, it's conducive to success. It's just a trade that's not going to work for you. So the idea of that, guys, if you get bored, step away from the screens. Markets aren't always as spicy and interesting. Sometimes they have prolonged periods where they are, sometimes they just get boring. Even for day trading, they're going to get boring spells. Swing trading, boring spells. Don't force it. Be strict about the criteria you want and step away. The other thing, guys, is revenge trading. That really causes you to overtrade, because you're trying to really push hard to get the money back. And so you think, I'm not going to wait for my setups, I want the money back now. And that's a psychological challenge, because let's say you're down from the highs, or down from a level you were at on your account, you really want to get it back, and you feel that the best way of getting that money back is to trade, because the quicker you trade, the more likely to get it back, and the sooner that feeling of regret goes away. And so revenge trading is a real dangerous thing, because you think, if I can get back to highs, then I can forget about feeling bad about that horrible loss I had, or the horrible series of losses, or the bad trading, because my account are back at highs, and I'll feel better. And you will feel better, but you want that quick. And so you revenge trade, you overtrade, you trade too much, and we know what happens, guys. If you're trading too much, overtrading, again, you're in the same cycle that we talked about earlier. Now, the final thing is if you are trading out of, let's say, desperation. So not quite revenge trading, but you need the money for some reason. So let's say you've got a full-time trader, and you're making your living from trading, or you're hoping to make a living from trading, and you've got to make a mortgage payment. You've got to make a monthly payment. You've got to draw some money down. Whatever the reason may be, there could be other scenarios like you've got to pay. You get the idea. When you're forced to make money from the market, that will cause you to overtrade. That's why I've always said, guys, if you're going to go into a full-time trading career, definitely, if you can, have some scenario where you've got the income covered elsewhere, whether it's from a partner, whether it's from assets, whether it's from a business, whatever you've got. That's always better when you're first making your foray into full-time trading, so to speak, because the pressure that puts on you to make enough money to cover your expenses or whatever you're doing means exactly this. You're going to overtrade, because this scenario you've got is this. Imagine yourself in this scenario. You're coming to the end of the month. you know that in 7 days time, you're going to have whatever you're coming out of your account, your mortgage payment, your bill for your mobile phone, your bill for this, your bill for that, your life bills. And you think, well, I need to make a trade to pay for that. Then all of a sudden, you've got an urgency to make a trade and find a trade to pay for that, or a series of trades to pay for that. Because if you don't, you're not going to be able to pay for them, assuming the worst case scenario. So what do? You look for a trade, which is completely opposite to what you should be doing, which is letting the trades come to you and letting the strategies go, yep, that's ticking my box on the strategy, I'm going to pull the trigger. So you end up over trading because you feel the need, or you have the urge and the desire and the requirements to cover those monthly bills, to cover upcoming costs, or whatever it may be. So what's the solution for that? Like I say, guys, if you can get into a situation where you have funds to cover your monthly payments for things, your monthly outgoings, whether that comes from savings, whether that comes from income from assets, whether that comes from income from business, whether it comes from income from your spouse, or whatever the situation may be. If you have that covered, however you get that covered, it does mean that, hey, there isn't so much pressure on there. So if you do come up to the end of the month, say, and you aren't making the money you need, it doesn't matter. You might end up making double the next week, but that's the irony of the kind of irony of the market. So you're not going to get the consistency, the regular paycheck. You might find you get 6 months worth of money in a week one time. It happens. And then you go, right, well, actually that now gives me a bit of buffer, and I can make it a little bit more here. So, and that comes from taking opportunities that present themselves. And very quickly, that's the same kind of thing as you're in a trade. Let's say you're in a trade and you've got to take out money per month to live on. You're going to take that money quickly. As soon as you make that money, you're going to take it. You're not going to allow the trade to mature. You might be able to make 4 times that money, 5 times that money, because the trade is all setting up perfectly, but you're not going to be in that situation. So, long story short, guys, remove that pressure if you can. So those are some of the things, some of the reasons that you overtrade. If you've got any you want to add, stick them in the comment section below, but try to avoid it at all costs, guys. It's never, ever, ever conducive to long-term trading success. We all have to learn the hard way. I've learned the hard way. Overtrading used to be horrible kind of destructive trading pattern of mine. And it never goes away. You always got to be careful, because we always want to trade. We like trading, we enjoy trading, we all like making money. But you end up saying, okay, listen, this is not going to work for me. I know that I just have to wait for my setup. And then when the setup's right, the conditions are right, by all means, squeeze that throttle as much as you dare. But in the meantime, sit tight, wait, stalk your opportunity. Take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.